Today we are talking about morning routines, but more specifically for creative parents. Now, if you are someone who juggles endless responsibilities outside of your writing career and have trouble getting started in the morning, this video is for you. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Katlyn Duncan and I am a hybrid author, which means I publish both traditional and independent books. Here in my channel, we talk about the writing process and all the bookish things. So if you are ready to talk about how you can improve your morning well-being to set yourself up for the day, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it so you know when I upload more videos all about productivity, time management, specifically for author moms. So this is going to be a working session today. So grab your tablet or a pen and paper and let's get started. So the first tip I have is to set yourself up for success. Now, as most of us do with our novels, we plot them out. So I recommend plotting out your morning. Now, when we're looking at setting those time boundaries, what you want to do is establish a wake-up time and then a time when either your work starts or you have to bring the kids to school or camp or daycare, when you have to leave the house at some point, or if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you have any sort of shift like a nap time or anything like that. And I am going to recommend that you are very realistic with this timing. I did a morning routine, a 4 a.m. morning routine a couple of years ago, and that became very unrealistic for me based on my schedule. So establish what time that you need to wake up, and if you don't really know at this point or you want to adjust your schedule, wait until we sort of figure it out first and then you can make incremental adjustments. Okay, so the next step is to determine your non-negotiables in the morning. And what I mean by that is getting to school, getting to work. These are non-negotiable things. So establish what time those things are happening in the morning and plot them out on your calendar or your digital calendar. So other examples of non-negotiables could be brushing your teeth in the morning, or getting ready in a specific way, or getting your kids ready in a specific way in the morning. No one really just rolls out of bed and goes to school. There has to be some sort of like preparation stages for these things. And also too, if you have pets, you want to make sure they get fed in the morning or walked or anything like that. Make sure those tasks are within that time block as well. And also too, one thing that I have to do is an eat the frog situation. So eat the frog is basically doing the thing that you don't really want to do first thing in the morning so that it sets yourself up for success for the rest of the day and you don't have to worry about doing that thing. So for me, my eat the frog activities are to empty and refill the dishwasher, clean the cat litter, which I don't like to do, but I also have 3 cats. And I also like to start a load of laundry if I have any in the basket that morning. That way, I'm already set up for my day. I do work from home, so I'm able to do all of the drop-off stuff, come home, put the clothes in the dryer. I already have a dishwasher that's ready for dishes throughout the day, and I don't need to smell the cat litter. So quickly, let me know in the comments below, what is your eat the frog activity or activities that you love to do first thing in the morning or you feel like you should do. All right, now that we've established our time boundary, I recommend for efficiency and really creating a productive morning is 2 things. So the first is time tracking. So you have to realize how long each task takes to be able to fit it into your schedule. I know when I was very frustrated with my morning routine, I realized through time tracking that I was just putting too much in that time in the morning. So understanding how much time things take is super important to make sure that everything is happening within your time constraints. If there are things that you need to be doing that you're not able to do in the morning, that is something, a data point that's super important. So then you can establish, do I need to wake up earlier? Do I need to do this thing later in the day? Things like that. And also a huge game changer for me is mini environments. And this is something that I really talk about a lot in my course, From Chaos to Control Method for published author moms, in order to streamline processes and systems to be able to scale your business, is mini environments. So mini environments involve an environment, whether that is a room or a place like on your computer, like a certain program, that you do all of the tasks in that environment all at once. So there's not task switching. You're not, you know, in the morning, you're not going from your bedroom or bathroom to brush your teeth, and then you're going downstairs and making breakfast, and you're coming upstairs and changing, and then you're going downstairs and emptying the dishwasher. Those little pockets of time are super important to your efficiency. Now, I have created a Google Sheet for you to sort of plot out a morning routine, and I will link that in the description box below. I think, at least for me, it's super helpful to have it sort of written down, and there's some calculations in there that are already established for you to see how much time that you're actually spending each morning. And my final tip for creating a successful morning routine is actually establishing an evening routine. Now, in 2 weeks, I'm going to talk about how to create an evening routine, but I do have a tip that you can start working on now in preparation for that video. So I recommend having a notebook, or probably not a digital device, because when you're sort of coming down at the end of the day, you don't want to be on your phone and doom scroll and things like that. So I recommend a notebook, pad of paper, something where you can basically brain dump. So at the end of your day, take everything out of your brain. Every little thing you have to do, things that are coming up, things that are bothering you, because that'll start to help you establish your schedule or things that you need to do for the next day. And it also will really help you unwind, take your mind off things. As creative people in general, we have a lot of ideas. And as parents, we hold a lot of things in our head in terms of our kids and our families and stuff like that. So brain dumping at the end of a day, even if it's something you're not going to do, even if it's just a feeling that you had, will definitely like ease your mind when you get into bed at night. You have everything out of your brain to set yourself up for a restful sleep. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it so you know the next time I upload, and I'll see you next week.